Good afternoon, Tar Heels. Here's what's going on at Carolina right now. Microsoft is once again experiencing a worldwide two-step verification outage, and UNC students were once again victims of the collapse. Reports say today's outages are caused by similar problems to those from last week. Because the symptoms were the same, UNC ITS was able to quickly resolve issues for those who are on campus grounds. Millions of two-step users could be affected by the worldwide outages that could threaten user privacy. The ACC has handed down public rebukes and one-half suspensions after the altercation that happened between UNC and NC State football players over the weekend. On Monday, 7 players, 4 Tar Heels and 3 members of the Wolfpack, received their punishments for their roles in what led to shoving and punches being thrown. 2 seniors, J.K. Britt and Jeremiah Clark, were named but cannot be punished as the Tar Heels' 2-9 season has come to an end. But their teammates Dominique Ross and Patrice Renee, both juniors, will be suspended for half of the 2019 season opener against South Carolina in Charlotte on August 31st. The United States military reported that 3 American soldiers were killed yesterday in an explosion in Afghanistan. 4 other Americans, including 3 soldiers and American contractor, were wounded and evacuated for medical treatment. The United States military has not yet identified the soldiers, complying with the American policy to wait until 24 hours after the next of kin are notified. The last U.S. Senate race of the midterms is wrapping up in Mississippi. Voters are deciding between a Republican who is backed by the president or a Democrat who was Agriculture Secretary when Bill Clinton was in the White House. No matter the outcome, history will be made. If Republican Cindy Hyde wins, she would be the first woman ever elected to Congress from Mississippi. However, if Democrat Mike Espy is elected, he would be the state's first African-American U.S. Senator since Reconstruction. Mexico is taking action in response to the migrant crisis at the border after U.S. Border Patrol agents fired tear gas at hundreds of migrants attempting to cross the border. All this as the Trump administration stands by its use of tear gas. Camila Bernal is live near the U.S.-Mexico border in San Diego County with more on the unrest.
Unfortunately, I cannot agree on the use of force.
Demanding an investigation. Mexico's foreign ministry is asking the U.S. to investigate the incidents that led to this.
Wow!
On Sunday, U.S. Border Patrol agents fired tear gas at hundreds of migrants attempting to cross the border. A cloud of tear gas sending people running and screaming, including families with young children.
To be completely frank, there were numerous people that actually made it across the border.
What started as a peaceful march escalated into chaos when protesters split off into several directions. Border Patrol defending its actions, saying some migrants threw rocks at the agents, forcing them to respond with force to protect themselves.
Once our agents were assaulted and the numbers started growing, we had 2 or 3 agents at a time initially facing hundreds of people at a time.
Meanwhile, President Trump addressing the situation.
If they come over here, we're going to apprehend them and we're going to close the border.
The Mexican government says 98 migrants will be deported following Sunday's incident, and it's unclear what's next for those still seeking asylum in the U.S.
This is a matter of humanity. This is a matter of being good to your countrymen, to your fellowship.
In San Isidro, I'm Camila Bernal reporting.
The Trump administration has made the legal process to petition for asylum harder for migrants. As we reported yesterday, Samuel Oliver Bruno has lived as an undocumented immigrant in Durham for over 20 years. He was arrested when arriving to his immigration appointment to provide fingerprints and discuss a petition to delay his deportation. Samuel's request for deferred action was denied and will be deported immediately, according to Alerta Migratoria. The group, who seeks to help undocumented people, is holding a vigil outside the Cary ICE office where they will, quote, stand against this darkness in a vigil of witness to the light that will not be overcome. Head over to their Facebook to find out more information about the event. Amazon is breaking records again. This year's Cyber Monday was once again the single biggest shopping day in the company's history. In fact, the online retailer says from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday, customers ordered more than 180 million items. Toys and electronics were some of the most popular items that landed in people's carts. Other bestsellers included Amazon's voice-activated Echo Dot, Instant Pots, and Ancestry DNA tests. You're probably familiar with Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but what about Giving Tuesday? In 2012, the 92nd Street Y in New York City and the United Nations Foundation created the hashtag to inspire people to give back after a weekend packed full of consumerism. The initiative has sparked millions of dollars in giving around the world annually. Here on campus, the Union is hosting a drive at Union Table Number 1, and the Campus Y is endorsing donations to various student and philanthropic organizations in honor of the organization's 158th anniversary. That's what's going on at Carolina right now. Be sure to follow us on our other social media, and if you see something you'd like us to cover, tag us.